All right, showtime. Another Sunday Night Live. Hold on, I grab my phone. Okay. All right. How's everybody doing on this fine Sunday? I'll let you guys jump in here before we get started. My comments. Good morning, Lily. Good morning. Oh my God. Good evening, Lily. Oh my goodness. Is it still Sunday morning? I see Ken laughing backstage there. Okay, let's see. Let me grab my notes here. I have a fun show for you today. Hey, Mad Dog, how are you? Nice to see you in here. Always good to see you. It's morning somewhere in the world, right? Just like it's 5 o'clock Sunday. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Oh my gosh, I probably should I should step off. Okay, hey, welcome to another Sunday Night Live. I just got to start over, get my brain in gear. Kind of been running all day. We had a huge event in our community yesterday that I am team leader on, and it was outside all day, so my brain I think is a little cold, a little frozen. I did go to hot yoga today, so that was good, but didn't get a great amount of sleep. And I'm feeling it. I'm definitely feeling it today. So I'm gonna try to keep my brain cells firing so we can get through this episode today and bring you guys some great info as we enter into the holidays. And I see Idaho Garden Girl. Hi there. It is so good to see you. Haven't seen you in so long. How are things out your way? Good to see you. So it was a full weekend, and I really want to be taking a nap, but I'm like, I gotta go live. I'm feeling, I took the summer off, and I'm missing you guys, so I am here. P Squared, hello, darling, nice to see you. Litzy Garcia, welcome in. Thank you for being here. And yeah, okay, so Mad Dog is in the UK, 11 p.m. UK time. Hey, thanks for being here from around the globe there. I always appreciate my international friends. And of course, Silly Lily and Ken are coming in from Canada. And so I love to say I have an international channel. And yes, P Squared missed you tons. So Ghetto Hippie, hey, how are you? Yeah, I kind of took the summer. I took a few weeks off in the summer. It was it was a struggle to get home and be inside when there was a pool or a lake and or just my garden. So some summer, I was like, I can't stress myself out. So, and I love enjoying my summer months. So we have quite a few people coming in. We're streaming through YouTube on my channel, Dr. Paula Ruffin. We are also streaming on It's All About the Biology. So we're streaming on Facebook for New Hudson Chiropractic, my Facebook channel, Paula Ruffin, and Dr. Paula Ruffin DC. So wherever you are tuning in from, make sure you are hitting the like, the subscribe, and always leave a good little message for us, because that actually helps boost our numbers and help us grow, and it helps other people to see the channel and see the information. I will definitely give my boys some hugs for you, P Squared, for sure. Lily says, good morning, afternoon, evening to those that are on their cell phones who are not on the same chat. Yes, we streaming on the stream. We are, I don't know what that means, but we're streaming. We are definitely streaming. Okay, so I've been hearing, and I feel like this sentiment gets stated quite a bit as we go into the holidays. And of course, last week we talked all about how to protect yourself through the holidays. And I dropped my Dirty 30, which is the top 30 things that people do that they don't even think about they're doing. And they damage your health. And so today I did the Dirtier 30. Dirtier 30er. I don't know how I should say that, but the Dirtier 30, which I took the standard American diet and I did the top 30 things, again, that we might do in a day, and then say to ourselves, everything in moderation. Now, how many of you have heard this sentiment? Everything in moderation. And my daughter's yelling at the dog. Mad Dog says, if I had a passport, I would be all over you like a rat. Probably shouldn't have read that out loud. Yeah, I know. I don't know what that is with the people have picked up the cell phone. I'm going to hide this on my end. The cell phone and the computer differently with these two ways to stream, and they recommend it when I set this up in StreamYard, and then they kind of don't let me just do this version. I have to do the mobile version. But hey, if we get more eyes on us, because I see the numbers are just going up, which is great. So come on in and hit the like and the subscribe button and jump on into the chat. Say hi. Tell us where you're from. Allison Grau, hey, welcome in. And XB Hendricks, life is beautiful. Thanks for being here so much. So yeah, so we're talking about everything in moderation. And that, I've heard it so much coming into this holiday season. And, we get it. Your friends, your family say it to you. You go to parties, there's cookies, there's cake, there's all kinds of indulgent things. And everybody says, well, everything in moderation, everything in moderation. And then you hear it on TV when people are, presenting food on the TV channels, and it's kind of crazy. But I'm like, I'm done with that statement. Steve Lato coming in from Facebook. Numbers go up. Thank you. You gave me one extra number. I appreciate that, and I appreciate the comment too, my good friend Steve. Been thinking about you, my friend, watching some of your videos, and I'm like, we have got to catch up. Litzy Garcia, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. And Ghetto Hippie says, yes, avoid poison at all costs. Yeah, but I think a lot of times we, as consumers, as humans, we have this. So, and I don't even know I couldn't figure out where the statement came from, everything in moderation. I'm not sure, but it's a lie. And you've been lied to. And my mom, when I was little, my mom used to say this, she's like, well, everything moderation. And I would say, Mom, we can do something every single day that we don't do every single day and call that moderation. I was like, 9 or 10 when I was saying that to her, and she would laugh. And she's like, yeah, that actually is the truth. So I want to go through some things that talk about this moderation nonsense, why it's not working, and things that you should start to pay attention to. Are you doing things each and every day that you think that it's moderation when you don't necessarily recognize it's all in the dose, and how these habits and these things that you're doing, they build up? And the best, I wish I could actually do this experiment in person. I'm going to figure out how to do this one day. But the best memory I have of how this works, and I was in chemistry class way back when I was in college, and we were doing this experiment, and we had it was a clear liquid, and I don't know, it might have just been water, I don't remember, but then we had a tincture of, it's called potassium permanganate, and it's purple. And you take, the experiment was, you had a defined amount of water, we'll just call it water because it was clear, and you took your dropper from your potassium permanganate, and you dripped one by one into the water, and you counted the drops. And then what would happen is it would be clear, and then one more drop turned the whole thing purple. It was the coolest experiment. And this is what happens to us, though, is that people are like, how could these foods, how could these substances make me sick? I've been fine all these years. Well, that's what happens, is there's a titration, and all of a sudden things have been building and building and building, and your body can no longer handle it. Your body can no longer flush it out. And so it's up to you now to recognize that you have to stop putting these tiny little insults into your body, because it's building up and it's causing an issue. And so I have just a few things to to go through as we jump into this. But let me jump down. Let's see, that took me to, sorry, I was too low on my notes here. Let's jump up here. Okay, so okay. All right. So here's the thing. So we get these repeated daily habits, and in these repeated daily habits, we can have things like spiking of our blood sugar. They will drive chronic inflammation, and it's typically low level chronic inflammation. So these are the people who are struggling with inflammatory issues like anything autoimmune, thyroid, fibromyalgia, inflammatory headaches. So any headache is inflammatory. This could be diabetes, Hashimoto's. There's a multitude of different autoimmune issues. We've got eczema, psoriasis, all of that's inflammatory. And so we get these low level inflammatory patterns. And then especially like people who have skin conditions, and they're like, oh yeah, it only flares up once in a while. Well, what's happening is like you're putting foods and chemicals into your body, and then the body's like, yeah, we can't handle it. And so it flushes it out through the skin. So we can get these really low level chronic inflammatory conditions that we don't pay attention to, and we don't connect the fact that it's from the things we're putting in our body. It also will disrupt hormones because you have your liver's detoxification system, and when it can't keep up, your body can't produce hormones properly because your hormones are produced in the liver. And so you don't get proper signals of your hormone production. Your body is trying to focus on detoxifying the garbage, and then it sort of, secondarily puts hormones in a little further down on the scale there. It stresses out your nervous system. And it quietly erodes your metabolic health. So these are people who are, you've got something. You've got, maybe you're taking a couple of Advil a couple times a week because you've got some soreness, or maybe you woke up and your neck hurts, or again, the headaches, the joint pain, the digestive issues. You're taking some kind of omeprazole, some kind of acid blocker on a regular basis. And when you do anything like that, when you're taking any kind of medication on a regular basis, your body is stressed. And so, and again, this isn't about saying stop your medication, but it is saying pay attention, especially to the over-the-counters, is that something else is going on. And it could perhaps be something that you're doing each and every day that's so small that it's off your radar. So let me go through the comments real quick. So yeah, we're streaming on Streamer. Mark Twain, everything in moderation, including moderation itself. Oh, was that a Mark Twain quote then? Okay. All right. I still think it's bullshit. So yes, but I like how he ends it, moderation itself. Every good doctor and poisoner know it's all about the dose. Correct. And so we're going to talk about that, and accumulating toxins to a tipping point. Yeah, that experiment was so profound to me, and I have referred back to it in all of my years of teaching health and wellness. And it really is, it gives the visual. Yes. Also, it is Ken's birthday today. So can we just all give a big happy birthday to Ken? I mean, he's sitting here behind the scenes, and, he's probably drinking his praline creamer or something like that Lily rats him out on. So, thanks for being here, Mad Dog. And yes, I know it's late where you're at, but hey, I appreciate you jumping in here. I wouldn't be awake at 11. I will not be awake at 11. And yeah, Mad Dog's dreaming about fishing, and it's awesome. Okay, so let's go back to my notes. All right. So why does everything in moderation fail the human body? And so your body, your good intentions of moderation, your body doesn't understand the intention, but what it does is it responds to the exposure and the frequency. And again, you've got this little droplet each and every day, and then you're doing things each and every day that you may not do every day, but they build up and then they eventually create enough stress in the body that then the body will respond in some way, shape, or form. Because, I mean, think about this. If everything in moderation worked, if that truly was the key to keeping us healthy, why are we one of the sickest countries? Why is 1 out of 2 children struggling with some kind of chronic disease? Why do 75% of American adults have some kind of chronic disease? So this whole moderation nonsense is, stop saying it to yourself. It's stupid, and it's causing you to fail. So let's just put that aside and let's think more about good, consistent habits. Now, with that, a lot of people don't understand what these tiny doses are. And so that's what we're gonna go through a little bit. I'm gonna get a little more specific, but if we talk about how the typical American diet is built on just a little, we have our sugary coffee habits, we have our processed convenient foods, we normalize fatigue. These signals that your body is trying to send us, these are your body's struggling. So I want to really encourage you, if something's going on, don't ignore the signals from your body. Just, take that to heart and go, okay, what can I be doing that'll improve my energy, that'll improve my bandwidth, improve how I think, how I sleep. Mainly alcohol. I just only have 1 or 2 glasses of wine every night. Yeah, well, that's moderation, isn't it? And so that's going to build up. Your nightly desserts, your nightly, cookies, a little bit of ice cream, and anything sleep disrupting. So like your evening habits, your scrolling. How long do you scroll before you go to bed at night? How long are you looking at that screen? So individually, they can seem harmless, but when we put them together collectively, we start to get metabolic chaos. And so when we look at the hidden cost of daily moderation, we get hormone imbalances. So our cortisol, so that's our stress hormones, our insulin, our blood sugar, our estrogen as women, thyroid hormones, the weight gain that doesn't respond to our efforts, anxiety, irritability, and brain fog. We get poor sleep and constant fatigue. I'm going to go back to the brain fog for a minute, because that's a really common one that I hear. And then, of course, poor sleep that I would put on the top of the priority menu for everybody, because most people that I work with who sleep poorly have always had for years. I'll say, what's going on? I always want to dig a little bit deeper. Why don't you sleep well? Is this new? Is it, was it like, if somebody's had like maybe a death in the family, or maybe something stressful is going on with your job, if it's you can tell it's a momentary time of something happening in their lives, versus typically they say, I've never been a good sleeper. Drop a comment if this is you, or if you know somebody who says, I've never been a good sleeper. That's not okay. We can't normalize these things. So something else is going on that's building up, that's interrupting your sleep. And so whether it's habits, just lifestyle habits, or whether it's, your food or your screen time or anything like that, you got to pay attention to it. So, your body has this incredible ability to heal itself. And when you start getting any kind of symptoms, again, mild symptoms to any kind of like full-on diagnosis of something, that is the alarm bells have gone off, the smoke is going, and maybe sometimes now you got to call in the fire department. But we want to help you understand how to manage your health before we have to call the fire department. So discipline ultimately creates freedom for you. Discipline is not restriction. Think about it. Discipline offers you the ability to feel better, to sleep better, to think better, to relate to people better, to make better choices, to have better clarity, to be more productive, to be a better mother, father, daughter, brother, sister, name it. You want to be better in all of those avenues of your life. And so if you have a more clear mind, because you haven't been titrating and putting all this stuff in there, there's more room for all of that. So thinking about discipline over motivation. And I've done several videos on discipline versus moderation versus motivation. We're not always motivated to do something, but if we're disciplined around it, if we're like, well, I'm going to go do it anyway, that makes all the difference in the world. So having clear habits, simple boundaries that you put around yourself that don't disrupt your ability to make the proper decisions that put your health in a forward path. So there's a difference between occasional indulgence and daily damage. And when you and Dr. Eric and I talk about this on Chiropractic is Sexy every week. That's Thursdays at 1:00, streamed right here. But when we talk about we talk about living 80 to 90% of your life in such a way that it allows you. So when you go do the indulgent things, when you do that thing in moderation, you have flexibility, you have metabolic flexibility. You can enjoy the thing you're doing without the stress that it's going to cause damage to your health. But when you're habitually doing it, and then you're going to wake up the next day, you're not going to feel good, you're not going to have a good night's sleep, you're kind of cranky, you've got a big project, you can't think clearly, you're just tired, you're dragging through the day. That's what your daily indulgences are doing. So we want to flip that script. Okay. Scroll down here. So this is also, as we get into the end of the year or the beginning of the year, I should say, this is when people start asking me about detoxes and cleanses, and everybody wants to take that beginning of the year and take that jump off the cliff, and it's crisis. It's like, oh my gosh, I've been so indulgent all through the holidays, and I'm just gonna ride the wave. I'm gonna completely derail myself because I know I'm gonna start over on January 1st. Well, what if on January 1st or what if you didn't do that now, and on January 1st, instead of starting at the starting line, so you got everybody lining up at the starting line to start their cleanse, or to go to the gym, or to start eating better, start making better choices, or really think about their health and how they can improve it. And you're already in motion. And so when the gun goes off and everybody starts running, you've already rounded the corner, you're in motion, and you take off. And you go past everybody because you have momentum, because you had discipline, and you've been practicing this, and you've been attempting to make it part of your life so that it doesn't derail you. So you don't have to start from a stop. I mean, think about that. If you're just trying to run, it's a lot harder to just once you're going to keep going versus if you're just starting from zero, that's a lot harder. So I'm going to encourage you all to just think about your small habits that are building up. And I'm going to have you go ahead and bring up let's bring that up for us. Okay, awesome. So as I said, everything in moderation is a lie. So if that was Mark Twain, I'm calling out Mark Twain. So maybe he's rolling over in his grave. So we can go ahead and scroll down on that. And now, if you want my Dirtier 30, this is, you can email me. Let me put my email in the, and for my Dirtier 30. Okay, there you go. So you can email me at doc@drruffin.com and just put in the subject line Dirtier 30. Also say hi. Tell me where you're coming from. And I'd love to email that over to you, and I'd love to know where you're tuning in from. So So put this together. These are small habits. Ken, you can go ahead and scroll up on that. And you can see all my contact information is there. So if you want to contact me, but okay, here we go. And I know Lily's going to jump in here and she's going to rat out Ken again. Every time I talk about coffee creamers, she wants to rat him out. So, but I guess she's dipping into his coffee creamer too. Flavored coffee creamers. So even if they say natural or sugar-free, of course, I think I forgot to put on here, my top 3 rules are no artificial sweeteners, flavors, or colors ever. And a lot of these coffee creamers have artificial flavors in them. I don't think they have artificial colors, but mostly artificial flavors. And then the bless you, honey. The coffee creamers have a lot of additives in them. So there's gums and there's oils and listen, I'm not opposed to a coffee creamer, but I would just say go for the half and half or the heavy whipping cream. Although watch the heavy whipping cream, there's some additives in there too that I don't like. Did a video on that last year. But yeah, half and half. And for God's sakes, if you are out there and you are drinking non-fat half and half, you know what half and half is, right? It's half cream, half whole milk. So there's no such thing as non-fat half and half. So you got to cut back on the creamers. You just have to become a coffee snob and learn how to drink coffee black most of the time. And then maybe you have some, do a little creamer, a little maple syrup on the weekend. But really try to, I find these to be one of the most invasive things that people do, that it's a little bit every single day. And then we add that on, then you stop and you get your latte, and then you get your coffee shop drinks, and they're like this big, and they've got whipped cream on top and all the syrups in them, and they're 1,000 calories, but you're only having one of those a day. You just broke the bank on that. Any kind of instant or flavored oatmeal packets, always want to make those yourself. I'm not a huge fan of nut milks unless you make it yourself. So half a cup of any kind of nut. I prefer raw cashews. That's my favorite nut milk. And so half a cup of nuts to like 2 cups of water, blend them really good in the blender, and then just put it in a mason jar, and it works great. You could do coconut milk on that as well. Which one? Chobani. My daughter's telling me Chobani coffee creamer is pretty clean.
It's milk, cream, cane sugar, natural flavors, and vanilla extract, and that's it.
Oh, okay. Milk, cream, cane sugar, natural flavors, and vanilla extract. Okay, cool. All right. So that's not horrible. But again, it's a little bit of sugar every morning. So this is also where start to look at where is all your sugar coming from. And because sugar is super inflammatory, it's very damaging to the gut. So if you can tell me that's all you do for sugar and you're not having any other added sugars, then I'll be great. Great, have a little bit of that in the morning. But then are you going and you're doing store-bought smoothies or fresh pressed juices or any kind of juice, super high in sugar? Yogurt bowls, acai bowls with fruit, honey, and granola, always so high in sugar, especially if you're starting your day with that stuff. You're just going to super spike your blood sugar. And what a lot of people do is they end up with these high sugar breakfasts, and then they go and they sit behind a desk. Now, if you do a high sugar breakfast and then you go out and you do physical labor, I'm not going to come at you for that. Really, because you're burning all that off. Like you probably need the carbohydrates and you probably need the energy. But most of the time people are having these high sugar breakfasts and then just going and sitting behind a desk. So we gotta stop that. High protein breakfast, much better. Gluten-free processed breakfast foods are just gluten-free stuff. So just because it says gluten-free on it or high protein doesn't mean it's good for you. There's a lot of oils and a lot of detrimental ingredients in gluten-free foods. I mean, you know what else is gluten-free? Fruit and vegetables. So you don't need an egg is gluten-free. So don't go into the gluten-free aisle because everybody's eating gluten-free and start buying all the gluten-free stuff. Gluten-free bread is again, additives and seed oils, and it's just not great. So let's see, moving on. Okay, your donut, muffin, or cookie at work with your coffee late morning. And then snacking because it's there, not out of hunger, out of boredom, or like I said, you're at work and somebody brought in cookies and you're like, oh, that looks good, I'm gonna grab a cookie. You don't have to take the cookie. I know it looks great, but you don't have to have it. If you do, maybe take one bite. But then again, that's where, if somebody brings in a treat and you're spending 80 to 90% of your life making great choices, then have the cookie. Nobody's gonna fault you for that. But again, this is just a disclaimer. This again is that this is mostly for the people who are doing a little bit of each one of these things every single day. Moderation does not work for you because you are already over moderating and your health is already in a metabolic crisis. Granola bars or protein bars, super high in sugar. And then the protein bars that say high protein are high in artificial ingredients, artificial sweeteners, or they might have sugar alcohols, which are really detrimental to the gut microbiome. Diet sodas or flavored sparkling water all day. I love sparkling water, but it's highly acidic. And so, you can't, I don't even have, I used to have one a day, maybe 2 a day, and I stopped that. So I probably have maybe 2 a week now, 2 or 3 a week. And I only drink from the, I'm in the glass bottle camp where I don't do sparkling water out of a can because it actually has a plastic liner and the acid in the drink actually leaches the plastic from the liner. So, sweetened bottled teas or coffee drinks, again, eating lunch quickly or at your desk, eating at all quickly. To me, that's not even like moderation or no moderation. Anytime you eat quickly, you just create a huge downstream effect of your gut, you overeat, and your body just doesn't like it. Ultra processed lunches, so wraps, subs, any kind of frozen meals. Let me go into the next page. Sugars and carbs for afternoon energy. You're like, oh my God, I need caffeine. Then you head to Starbucks and you get the big coffee drink with all the sugar in it for that afternoon boost. Probably means that you had too much carbohydrate earlier in the day and you're crashing now in the afternoon. Candy bowl drive-bys. So people who keep candy on their desks and you're just like, oh yeah, just walk by, grab some candy, and you don't realize how many of those things you're actually grabbing. Your second or third coffee instead of water. Energy drinks or pre-workout powders. So pre-workout powders tend to be really high in caffeine, and energy drinks and those powders tend to be full of artificial ingredients. There are high quality ones out there, but not very many. And they are filled with caffeine. They are filled with artificial sweeteners, flavors, and colors. Usually, they're just a disaster for your health. So I just say, just avoid those. Pre-workout, I put a scoop of creatine, vitamin C, and electrolyte in my stainless steel water bottle, and I fill that, and I will drink that while I'm like a little bit before I get to the gym, and then while I'm working out, and then I'll fill it when I'm at the gym as well. My daughter says you should touch on green tea. Green tea has been such a caffeine game changer for me. It's so much easier on my nervous system, especially to start the day. She's such a smart girl. Would you like to come over and comment on it?
Sure.
Yeah. Let's let my girl come in here and talk to you about green tea. She then did some studying on green tea to figure out what's the right green tea to have, right? This is Hannah.
Hello, everybody.
Okay, so we'll go back to our list in a second. This is my mini-me. So tell us about your green tea adventure.
Okay, well, I started drinking a lot of green tea when I got into matcha because I was doing a gut cleanse.
I couldn't have like abrasive caffeine for most of the cleanse. You kind of rule things out as you go. So I got really into matcha because I read that it was a lot easier on your immune system, your nervous system, all of it, honestly. And then more recently, I actually had a kidney infection, and so I couldn't drink coffee. And as a college student, I love. What was that?
I don't know.
Okay,
we're going. Okay.
As a college student, I love coffee, and I love the flavor of it. It does it all for me. But I do drink it right as I wake up because I have an 8:30 class. So I'm waking up late, immediately chugging coffee and going to my class just so I'll survive the day. And I freak out. Like, I'm tired, but I feel stressed inside.
Tired and wired?
Yeah, tired and wired. It sucks. So when I got a kidney infection, I just cut out caffeine completely because caffeine's bad for you when you have a infection of any sorts. And then to kind of ease myself back into caffeine, I just really was drinking a ton of tea because I was also a little sick. So I was doing a lot of green tea, and I have been so much happier and more pleasant in the past 3 weeks that I've just been drinking green tea. I'll do a green tea in the morning, and then I have this L-theanine wild berry herbal tea that I drink at night. And yeah, I love it. I love it. I highly recommend. It's it wakes you up better. You just feel cleaner inside and better.
It's not such a hit on the adrenals.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then somebody mentioned the polyphenols, which are excellent as antioxidants. So yeah, it just helps keep the system cleaner and healthier.
Totes.
Yeah. There we go. Thanks for pulling that up. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's so cool. You get a little pop-up.
I know. Isn't that great? I know. You're behind the helm.
Yeah. I like your little banner at the bottom.
I know, right? So Silly Lily says, green tea it is then. Thank you, young lady.
You're welcome, Silly Lily. Passion flower tea. This tea that I have been drinking it has passion flower in it. It has a million different things in it. Let me try and find it because it's actually kind of an awesome bomb of a ton of great things.
So P Squared asks, is it
boy?
Oh my God, he's about to rip the whole studio down. Is there a green tea that's better than others?
I just drink the Bigelow. I feel like Bigelow is a very classic tea brand. It's cheap.
College student.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I go to Whole Foods. It's always on sale at Whole Foods.
And what about when you were doing your green tea, your matcha?
If you're doing matcha, you need to be buying ceremonial grade matcha. I cannot stress that enough. There's a lot of fake matcha on the market. So if you ever buy matcha, put it in water and you see that it's kind of brown or mucky, it's not great matcha. Your matcha should be bright green, and also it will taste the best. There's also a huge difference between baking matcha and ceremonial grade. So ceremonial is for drinking, baking is for literally anything you'd cook with, Okay, so here is what is in the Bigelow Whispering Wildflowers Herbal Tea plus L-theanine. That's what I drink. So it is Bigelow. And then Ghetto Hippie says that they drink the organic Bigelow green tea as well.
Look at that.
Yeah,
nice.
It's a great tea. I do the peppermint one because I'm a huge fan of peppermint tea. I think it's also really great for your insides as well. Okay, so the ingredients in this tea are chamomile, rosebuds, hibiscus, lavender, licorice root, butterfly pea power, tulsi, I don't know what that is, L-theanine, passion flower, orange blossom, natural rose flavor, rose hips, apple pieces, elderberries, and raspberries.
That sounds amazing.
It is actually very amazing. It's really wonderfully flavored. I love yerba mate. So much.
We have a whole bag in there too.
Yeah, we do. Do you make your own or do you buy the cans? Because I do love it both ways. Tulsi is a basil. Thank you, Ghetto Hippie, too.
Okay, perfect.
I learned something new.
So Ghetto Hippie, what'd you say? Oh, do you make your own yerba mate? Is that what you were asking?
Yeah, because we have the bag of like loose leaf yerb.
Okay.
But
he grows Tulsi. Oh, very, very cool. Medicinal traditional teas are the very best. Yes, those are good too. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's fun. Oh, we should grow Tulsi then next year.
what's she
Put it
look
into-
like?
I don't know. Is it just another form of basil? What type of basil?
Oh, yeah. It looks like
Oh my
that Thai
gosh.
basil we were growing, but it's like a little more
Yeah.
beautiful. Well, didn't we have purple flowers
We
going out of our
did. So
basil?
maybe
I wonder if we hybrid.
and there's a whole bunch of basil in the freezer, so it's likely that some of it could be Tulsi. So yeah.
Yeah, it's really
That's
pretty.
great. Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, thanks. It's a purple basil. Okay. Yeah. We had purplish basil. We didn't have I know I've seen the full purple basil. Yeah. So that's our tea stuff.
Yeah,
Awesome.
love tea.
Yeah.
Love tea.
Perfect.
And I've been drinking it unsweetened as well. I think the more that I've drank it, the more I'm super into tea over coffee.
Yeah.
Honestly, I never thought I
actually
could say
good.
that.
Yeah, that's good.
You drink coffee right as you wake up.
Shh.
Yeah, you guys, she's giving out advice that she's not taking. I'm just saying.
She's ratting me out.
Hey, I know what that's all about.
Yes. Lily ratted him out for his creamer consumption.
That's funny.
P Square says half and half all the way. I know. Love it. And self-discipline is its own reward. I know. So I was super proud of her because also as a college student and having to do like a gut cleanse and then the kidney. And so she studies all of this stuff and dives into it. And you know, a lot of young people don't put that much care into it. So,
Well, have you told them about that Candida book?
somewhere we've talked about Candida somewhere, but yeah. Go
Well,
ahead. What
that's
are you
where I got most of my information. I mean,
It's called
because
the
as you
yeast
all,
connection, right? Is that the something?
I don't know. I'd have to go grab it. It's in
Okay.
my room. But as you all know, the gut is very important to our well-being.
Yes, it is. It's
so-
all of so Ken's channel is it's all about the biology.
Yes,
Right.
true. Yes, Ken.
Yes.
But most of my information on my health that I got, that I spew in my normal life, was from this book because I was doing a gut cleanse. So it's a large book that kind of just goes into what all food does to your health. Not like it talks about the gut's connection to everything, right? So that's where I learned about all this tea stuff too.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
Cool.
I mean, it showed me what meals to make and
Yeah.
what not to eat.
Sugar
And
is
how-
8 times more addictive than cocaine and can cause diabetes, high cholesterol, and candidiasis, which can cause cancers, right?
So that's why I read about cholesterol too in that book, of how Candida is there to fight high cholesterol.
Oh.
So high cholesterol isn't something that you have to manage. It's your Candida that you have to manage.
Your sugars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, get rid of clean up the sugars, clean up the gut.
Yeah.
Yes. I know, look at that crazy. Yeah, the cravings that lead to overeating. So
Did I say
sugar.
that right? I said cholesterol fights Candida. I said that right? Or did I say Candida fights cholesterol?
I think you said Candida fights cholesterol.
Yeah, no, cholesterol fights your Candida, which is why it's good. It's there fighting for you, which is why it's one of those what do you call it? The downstream?
Yeah. There you go.
The downstream issues.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Okay, that makes sense. So if there's damage in the gut from Candida, cholesterol goes up because it needs to be there to fix the damage. So maybe that's the cycle.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Super interesting.
Also, there's 2 types of cholesterol. There's LDL and HDL as well.
Yes. And so HDL we call good cholesterol and LDL we call bad. But the LDL, this is, I'm always talking about the saber-toothed tiger chasing us from stress. And what happens is our LDL goes up during stress. It's stickier. So imagine you're running from that tiger, but he reaches out and he swipes you and slices your arm open. LDL cholesterol, bad cholesterol, allows you to clot faster so you don't bleed out on the prairie. But with our chronic stress that we go through, this is how people have such high cholesterol to begin with, but then also their LDL is usually up because their body's like waiting for their arm to be sliced open by a saber-toothed tiger. So
Silly Lily says LDL think lousy, HDL think healthy.
right. But it's so when you think about it, that it's they call it bad, but it's only bad when it's too much, and it's too much because of stress. So if we can manage our stress, we can manage that LDL.
Ghetto Hippie is recommending nettle tea and dandelion root tea, which I know you're a big fan of. I happen to hate it because I think it's gross.
The dandelion or the nettle?
Both.
Yeah, nettle is kind of nettle tastes like pee smells.
It's gross.
I don't know how's anybody. And I know I used to make it all the time. But I was like, I can't. And I love dandelion root tea. Yeah, the roasted dandelion root, right? Or roasted chicory. And those are prebiotics. But yeah, I can't. I'm like, I would love to do the nettle, but I can't. I know. Let's see. That's Lily says it's young people doing their research and taking their health seriously. Oh, Chaga and Reishi. Oh, so Ghetto Hippie and P Squared says, so her name's Paula and we call her P Squared.
Oh,
because
cool.
we're two. Yeah.
Hey, Paula.
So she says, you're adorable like your mama. So Ghetto Hippie, so the Chaga and the Reishi. Oh, you forage yourself. That's so cool. I buy it. I actually have it's called traditional medicinals or medicinal traditionals, and it's got roasted chicory, and it has reishi and chaga and lion's mane in it, and I put that in my smoothies every day, and I just love it. It's so yummy.
I should take you mushroom foraging with me next spring.
Okay, let's do it.
Me and Johnny found morels, remember?
Right. Yes.
Yeah, that was awesome.
They were amazing. Yeah, we fried those babies up. We fried them in oil.
Yeah.
They were so good.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, sugar dampens the immune system. Cholesterol is beneficial, which is so dumb because when people come in and they're like, my cholesterol is a little high, it's 205. And I'm like, you're fine. You're fine. Like, stop. HDL cholesterol is a precursor hormone, right? So you start lowering cholesterol with medications and you lower the body's ability to make hormones. And then you wonder why your hormones are all out of whack. So we need cholesterol.
Ghetto Hippie seems like they know what they're talking about.
I know.
Also,
Ghetto Hippie just followed me on Instagram too. So that was cool.
Good going, Ghetto Hippie.
I'll connect you guys.
Is it Ken's birthday?
It is
that who
Ken's
you're talking
birthday.
about?
Yes.
Happy birthday, Ken. And everybody
Thank
wish him a
you.
happy birthday.
Yes.
Right now.
I know, right? I know. I called for a happy birthday earlier.
Yeah, wish him a happy birthday again.
Yes,
He
everybody wish
deserves
him
it.
happy birthday. Let's see. Nettle is considered one of the most nutritional foods to consume. Yeah. It tastes like pea smells. I can't Ghetto Hippie. It's sort of like, I feel like because I have such an open palate that there's probably plenty of things. I don't dislike too many things, but there's plenty of things that I can replace for that. Lily loves her stinging nettle tea. It's most nutritious tea. Love my I think we did. And add a little honey. It tastes better. Ghetto Hippie forages. I love it. I'm an overeducated dummy. That's funny. I doubt it. I love
fill up my water.
Okay. I love that you're highly educated. Yes. And you grow your own nettle. Yeah. I mean, I have stinging nettle that grows. It's ridiculous. I can't control it for the life of me. So when I see nettle out there, I'm like, "Ugh," and I try to get it before it matures too much to start with the stingers. So, so you can have my stinging nettle. I grow it like a champ. Silent Truth. Hey, welcome in. Nice to see you. Unfortunately, my high cholesterol is familial, no way to fix besides Lipitor. And so some people have a genetic something or other with cholesterol, but there can often be other things. So, oh, good. We'll head back to that. Perfect. So yeah, you could, I'm sure there's other ways to, so that you don't have to be on such a high dose of Lipitor because it's really damaging. All right, where did I feel like we left off a little bit higher before we got interrupted with my beautiful daughter and her
Energy drinks.
Okay, great. Perfect. Thank you, Hannah. Everybody say thank you to Hannah. That was so fun having you on the show.
Thanks, Hannah.
And what's that? She said, happy to be here. Okay. Okay, so energy drinks. And then, okay, just a handful of your crackers, pretzels, or chips. White pasta, bread, refined carbs at dinner. I mean, I talk to patients who, you know, they'll tell me about their meals, their dinner meals. And I'm like, oh my God, and they'll eat like piles of pasta. I'm like, you guys get more protein heavy. And of course, earlier, Idaho Garden Girl said she reduced down to 20 grams of carbohydrates a day. That's pretty slim. But I'm sure her inflammation has gone down dramatically. I mean, that's probably pretty close to keto. So I'm curious about that. And everybody says, thank you, Hannah.
Thank you, guys.
She says, thank you. And okay, let's see. Seed oils in any capacity, heavy sauces and dressings, salad dressings. So you're like, I have a salad every day. And then you pull out a bottle of some kind of like jacked up salad dressing from the store and you pour that all over your beautiful greens. Make your own salad dressing, olive oil, lemon juice, garlic, salt, pepper, done. Stop buying salad dressings from the store. They're terrible. Ghetto Hippie says protein, veggies, and fruit. Yep, pretty much. And then I'm a potato girl, so I usually reserve my carbohydrates for like I made a big pot of 2 pounds of grass-fed beef, but I sautéed, I shredded or like finely chopped carrots, onions, garlic, bell peppers, and some collard greens. I finely chopped everything. So it's tiny, tiny, tiny pieces. And then I put the 2 pounds of ground beef in there and stirred that up, put in some salt and pepper, put in a jar of my homemade tomato sauce, and like we're ready to go. And then Hannah roasted some potatoes in the air fryer. So I am ready for dinner when we get off of here. But I love just loading up the meat with all those veggies. So great. And then, we talked about alcohol, nightly alcohol to relax, eating past fullness because it tastes good, just a little dessert every night, ice cream, cookies, chocolate as a routine, snacking while you're watching TV. You'll end up just eating your shut-off valve doesn't kick in. So not a good habit. Or eating within an hour of bedtime. I do have to do that sometimes based on my schedule. So we had our huge event yesterday in town. I didn't get home until about 11, and I had pulled out a pint of homemade turkey soup that I made from a turkey carcass at Thanksgiving. Again, I was loaded with veggies and I had an extra piece of steak and I chopped that up and I threw it in there and I heated that. So I ate that at 11 o'clock at night. So if you have to eat late, and I'd been going since like 9 o'clock in the morning, so I was starving. I didn't want to go to bed without something. So if you have to eat late, then you have to make the choice to eat something good and something healthy. Having something super protein forward for me is always helpful before I go to bed.
Shoot.
Tinned fish is really good before you go to bed.
Oh, Hannah.
Especially like salmon or tuna.
Okay.
It, like really helps you sleep.
Hannah says.
Also cherry juice, natural melatonin.
Okay. Do you want to tell the folks?
It's okay. I have to study.
Okay, she's studying. She said tinned fish, salmon, sardines. What else?
Tuna.
Oh, tuna, because of the probably the omegas are supposed to be helpful for sleep.
And nuts.
Nuts. Yeah, because nuts have oh gosh, I forgot what the compound is that helps with brain and sleep in nuts. But she said cherry juice. What does the cherry juice do?
It has a natural source of melatonin.
Has a natural source of melatonin. So.
Cherry juice will wipe me out, especially if I want something sweet before bed, like cherry
I'm listening.
extract, concentrate, and honey and water. It's a nice little sweet treat.
So she says if she wants something sweet at night, she'll do cherry juice, a little bit of honey, and some water, and she'll drink that. And she said it'll put her right out. So yes, tart cherry juice. Yep. And then sugar-free gum and mints all day. You guys, you're eating chemicals. That's just all chemicals you're putting in your system all day long. And then, of course, we talked about sleep earlier, normalizing sleep, normalizing poor sleep as a part of aging. We need to, that was it, Ken. It was just 2 pages there. So it's really, we have to stop normalizing our bad habits. We have to stop normalizing our symptoms. Our bodies are crying for help. And sometimes it's not just about, oh, I eat terrible. Again, it's about these tiny repetitive things that people do each and every day that build up over time. And so it's just paying attention. When I woke up this morning, because I had been going all day yesterday, I tried to stay hydrated, didn't have much food. I walked over 15,000 steps because it's all through our community. It was a lot. I was running the whole day. So I don't feel like I got enough calories. And then, of course, I got home late and needed to unwind. So by the time it was like midnight before I got to sleep. My ring, I don't have my ring on, but I didn't sleep well. And so my scores were kind of low today. So, today's a day where I'm like, yeah, I just got to be, that's why I made that dinner. I'm like super healthy, super nourishing, very protein forward. I had a shake this morning, had some veggies this afternoon. So I'll make sure I stay highly nourished today. Because I talk about presetting and resetting. I'm in a reset mode because yesterday was a lot off for me. Okay, let's see. Where else? Going back to the nettle. Dry it and the stinging trichomes will fall off. Cooking does the same thing. No, it just makes me mad because it takes over. And I'm so mad at it. I don't want it. I know, it's so bad. I shouldn't demonize stinging nettle. It's low, 10 milligrams every other day. I guess that's not too bad. Let's see. Oil and vinegar is a great base. It's the best base. Oil and vinegar, oil and lemon juice and garlic. That's like a traditional Lebanese dressing. Super yummy. Lemon lime is nice with the oil. Yes, or lime, some kind of citrus like that. Oh, geez, Idaho Garden Girl, you're so active. Okay, so good. Bless you, honey. Bless you. So I'm so glad that you're shoring it up. You're resetting. You're in reset mode. Good acidic component is tasty and balances out the oil. And also, people need to understand that citrus. So your lemon juice and your lime juice, while they're acidic, they metabolize alkaline. So super healthy for you. Yes, adds a zing. I had to do something. I was eating lots of salads, but also lots of salad dressing, right? And I started doing keeping track of my macros last year, and I was like, wow, I was eating a lot of fat. I don't eat a lot of carbs, which revealed itself. I was like, maybe I'm eating more carbs than I think I am, but I wasn't. It was the fat. I was super high protein and too much fat, like olive oil in everything, butter on my sourdough bread. So even though like I'd have sourdough bread at night, or I've got my I'm gonna have my potatoes tonight, I still was probably around 50 grams of carbs every day. So not a whole lot. Let's see. So congratulations, Idaho Garden Girl, cheering you on. So also eating a lot of nuts as snacks. So yeah, a lot of, can be just too much fat. I know I had to cut way back on my nuts. So it does reveal itself. Tart cherry is great for gout. Yep. That's one of the best ones you can have. So I just stopped eating all the stuff. I've lost a little bit of weight, not much. So cutting carbs. Yeah, you'll get there. And it's definitely a process, What about acid reflux? Need to get off Pepsid. So I can help you do that, Silent Truth. That would be, we can talk offline. I do virtual appointments. I will tell you, so there's certain nutrients that you can't just go off Pepsid. You can't just go off your acid blockers. People are like, I want off of these things. They're horribly damaging to the body. They prevent the body from absorbing B vitamins, your minerals. They're going to cause osteoporosis. They're going to cause all kinds of other metabolic issues. And so when you go off of them, like people who attempt cold turkey, they get a rebound acid. And they're like, yeah, see, I have to stay on them because my body can't function on its own. So what's happening when you stop taking them is the body doesn't know how to produce its own acid. And so you get a rebound. And so what we do is we take specific nutrients. We have to look at your lifestyle too and see if there's any other things that we can help. But, is anything else feeding into that? Like, why are you on that to begin with? And then we give you specific nutrients and have you take those for 2 weeks along with the acid blocker. And then on week 3, you stop taking 1 pill a week. It's a slow process. So it takes like 9 to 12 weeks to get off of them because they get such a grip on your body and they cause so much damage. So yes, I can absolutely help you get off of that, but just understand it's a multi-week process. So, but I think it's the right thing to do if you want your body to absorb nutrients. And, it causes leaky gut. It causes candida. It causes SIBO. It can cause parasites. I mean, it's horrible. These medications are just terrible and they're not the answer. So, the right healthy fats are necessary for optimal health. Yep. And hey, Chadwick Bradbury. Yes, ma'am. Sunday Fun Day. We are Sunday Fun Day. I know eating fresh greens helps, and it's hard to do in the winter. I know. I don't like a lot of salads in the winter. So I do things like roasted vegetables, or like I say, I made my big pot of ground beef and I just put a ton of veggies in there. I like that, the more comfort food. So I thought today was Monday morning. Oh goodness. Where are you tuning in from, Chadwick Bradbury? Lily says, there are those who believe that fat is bad for you. Marketing worked well to sell low-fat products, which often help you gain weight. Better off consuming healthy fats, important for brain health. It absolutely is. The low-fat craze made us fat. But that's when I started to look at my macros, I was definitely over-consuming fats calorically. And I do good, healthy fats, but you can still have everything in moderation, right? I think I inherited osteoporosis from my mom. Dentist says I have bone loss from my gum lines. You don't inherit osteoporosis. That is an absorption issue. So that's poor gut health, and your body's not absorbing the nutrients. And if you're on an acid blocker, you're not getting calcium, you're not getting your vitamin D, you're not getting your magnesium, your phosphorus, all of your other building blocks for your bone health. So that is a very common side effect, is osteoporosis from long-term acid blocker use. So mainly on it for IBS issues. It's a gut issue. It's a gut. Oh goodness, Silent Truth. I would love to help you. Oh my goodness, she just keeps throwing more at me, but I got you. I got you. Yeah, nervous system is a mother effer. It hits me too. So wow, we're all do we need to do like a group gut health IBS course class? Like wow, everybody's coming in with the gut issues, and I'm glad you're here because I can definitely help. A lot of the information that I give you, you can take and use on your own, but this is not medical advice. But there's a lot of bad information out there. So fat fear was paid for by the sugar industry. It sure was, wasn't it? Remember that? Remember Snackwells? I remember, oh my God, I got fat on Snackwells. I loved those stupid cookies. Anyway, okay. It is 7:06. You guys are amazing. If you want the download for the Dirtier 30, make sure that, excuse me, sorry. Shoot me an email and would happily get that over to you. If you wanted to set up any kind of appointment for gut health, gut repair, IBS, any of that stuff, you can also send that in the email as well, and be happy to reach back out and see what we can do for you. So Chadwick says, I remember when I thought your chiropractor episode was about cannabis chiropractic. It's there. I could be onto something there though, right? And kombucha can help gut issues. It is one of the healthier things that people can do for sure. I love kombucha. Peanut butter and apples every day. You will gain weight fast. Yeah, lots of, I mean, it's an apple a day. I mean, I think that's probably a pretty good, an apple a day keeps the doctor away, but you can't be slathering it up with all the peanut butter. Although, there are worse things. You could have a Snickers bar, right? But peanut butter is one of the worst things we can eat. It's pretty toxic. It's sprayed with it's sprayed with a lot of toxic chemicals, and then even the organic peanuts are moldy. There's a lot of mold in peanuts. But I don't like almond butter. So I will very occasionally have peanut butter. Every once in a while, just a spoonful, just to kind of like help any kind of a hunger. And if I don't have time to eat, so having something fat like that will help to dial back my hunger a little bit. So yeah, well, it's a good thing you figured that out, Chadwick. I know peanut butter you can eat a lot more, but it's like 2 tablespoons is a serving, and it's like 200 calories. Who eats 2 tablespoons of peanut butter? Nobody. So, all right, you guys, I'm going to go sit with my girl, have some dinner, and I got a little more work to do tonight before I call it a day. But I hope you liked this episode. Just remember, nothing in moderation. Just be mindful, and that everything in moderation it's bullshit. So, and I hope to see you in my emails. Again, let me know where you're coming from, where you're dialing in from. Appreciate you guys being here on the show on Sunday night. I'll see you Thursday for Chiropractic is Sexy, and we'll see you right here next Sunday for another edition of Sunday Night Live. If there's anything else that you want me to talk about as well, I got my own topics. I'm bringing them to you. You guys are so gracious to be here and to comment. So anything else that you want me to talk about, something that's heavy on your mind, or you're like, really want to dive into something else, let me know. So, and Ghetto Hippie, thank you so much. I appreciate all of your insight. That was delightful. So, and I hope you guys enjoyed Hannah being on here too. That was super fun. All right. See you guys. Have an amazing week, and we'll see you next week.